Okay, I think this video is gonna have to start with a bit of a backstory, describing my history with War Thunder itself. So before I started producing gaming content regularly for this channel, I used to play a whole bunch of games in stereoscopic 3D on the monitor, that being on the desktop using a 3D screen. I was using either Tri-Definition or I was using NVIDIA 3D Vision. And one of those games happened to be War Thunder. I would play that one using Tri-Definition. The 3D was really good. I played it for a while, nothing too major, but a few dozen hours. Now, as you know, in late 2013, I got my first VR headset, the Oculus Rift DK1, and that's where I sort of split away from War Thunder as I started to explore the world of virtual reality, going for some completely different experiences. I kept telling myself as 2014 approached, wouldn't it be cool if War Thunder were to release VR support? Sure enough, in 2014, they announced exactly that. They released some experimental VR supports. I grab my Oculus Rift DK1, I jump into the game, and oh my god, the sounds, the explosions, I can't take it. Just kidding, it was fucking shit. It was absolute garbage. Think of like running a game with Vorpex, except that game doesn't support geometry 3D, and you got your image zoom all the way twice too big. I have no idea why they released it in that state. I launch in there, I see the cockpit, and it's so zoomed in that the only thing I could see is the fucking reticle on top of the plane's nose. Is absolutely terrible. Not to mention the 3D wasn't working, so all this zoomed in fuckness was flat as shit. So it felt, when you move your head and you got a zoomed in field of view, it feels like you're moving at 300 miles an hour. It was really a motion sick generator and nothing else. So I tried to fix that for a little bit, but it proved fruitless, so I gave up on it. A year later, I'm holding on to an Oculus Rift DK2. I'm like, let's try this shit again. Maybe they fixed it. Maybe it works better with the Oculus Rift DK2. Who knows? I go back in there and it was the same thing. So now we're 2015 at this point, kind of gave up on it and let time slide. Fast forward to this year, my nephew comes up to me and he's like, hey, you want to play some War Thunder? It apparently supports VR. And I'm like, oh shit, the last time I did that didn't go so well, but you know what? It's been a long time. Let's try it again. Holy crap. They finally fixed it. I don't know when they fixed it. It's been so long for me, but this thing is totally playable. It's actually legit. This is what I would have expected originally to be released. Not that weird zoomed in shit, but we're not talking about that anymore. We can actually play the game. So folks, welcome to Stereo 3D Productions and this first impressions virtual reality video of War Thunder. Here we go. All right, so today's video on War Thunder is going to be limited as much as possible to a first impressions of the virtual reality support. I've got experience with this game a few years back, playing it in stereoscopic 3D on the desktop. And how does that transition over to VR? Well, we're finally going to find out after all these years. Now, I don't want this to turn into a clinic on War Thunder, how to do the controls, how to do the graphics. That's not the point of this video, but I will have to open the options menus and go over a couple of things that are rather important. So let's do that right now. I'm going to open the menu and go to controls. The first, most important thing you're going to want to do, this is a seated VR experience. So you're going to want to go to common, and then you're going to want to go to tracker controls, and you're going to want to assign a keybind to reset tracking position. In my case, I put space, and yes, I did swap a few controls around. Space usually is drop bomb, so you might want to use a key of your own, something on your joystick. But by default, this key was not assigned for me, so I had no way of recentering my view. And recenter view is really important because sometimes you're going to start the game and it's going to be facing this way. And you're going to be like, oh shit, I want it to face this way because my controls are here. So you hit your recenter key and it puts the view where you're supposed to have it. Let's go back to controls just very quickly. I configured the aircraft controls. I will be using my Logitech ATK3 joystick today with my CH Pro pedals. So I did tinker with a few of the axes. I didn't just use a layout. I did have to assign my rudder axes manually because it's a second control device. There are some layouts that try to pick that up automatically, but honestly, none of them really picked it up automatically. I had to come in here and actually assign the axes manually. So that's a little bit of a tip I can give you right there. And there's one last important thing to go over with this game. You're going to want to open the options. And you're going to want to go to graphics and make sure that you are running this game in anything else than full screen, which is, by the way, the default. The reason being is if you run in full screen, it's going to lock at your monitor's refresh rate, which will definitely not match your VR headset's refresh rate, and you're gonna feel frame drops because of that. So you really want to make sure to check that option. For me, a borderless full screen has been doing fine now. Everything's okay. Now, War Thunder, since I last played it, has become a behemoth. There's a whole shit ton of vehicles, the tanks, the boats, and so forth, and I know nothing of them. The last I played this game, I was only doing the airplanes. If I recall correctly, the reason for that is that the only thing available were the airplanes. So, and also it happens to be what I am most interested in. So today I'm only going to be doing the airplanes. I want to take what I remember playing a few years ago and try it again in VR. That's all I want to do today. However, I'll make a note, I do consider in the future trying the other vehicles, especially if today goes really well. And if you people are interested, you can even let me know in the comments. I will give this game a shot with the other vehicles in the future. But for today, we're doing only the airplanes. So I'm opening a test flight right now, and what I like to do when I open a test flight is I go in realistic battles. I'm gonna go over a few things that I noticed with that flight model. And the rest I just leave on default. I really just want to get in the airplane. Okay, so you're probably going to have to do this once every session. When you finally get in the plane, that's where you do the finesse adjustments on your centering. So I'm going to try to place myself in a way that feels like that body is mine and not something floating under me. Okay, there you go. That feels legit. So that's one of the first things you want to do. That's where the recenter key comes in handy. So now I'm all nice and snug in here, and I'm gonna go ahead and take off. And this is good because I'll be entering battles later, and I should finally have a center that sticks. So you only have to do this once per session. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit the throttle, start throttling up. And this really, really gives you a good impression of sitting in one of these airplanes. The cockpit feels actually really strange. It's not the kind of airplane I would have ever had access to in flight school, and it just feels incredibly weird, very cramped. And the way they made the flight model, it's hard to describe how they pulled this off, but the plane feels heavy. It's the same with these warplanes, these piston warplanes in Flight Simulator X. They also felt quite heavy, so this is at least an accurate flight model in that respect. The plane feels very wobbly, sometimes unresponsive if you don't give it exactly the throttle it likes. But I gotta say, right off the bat, just doing this right now, like when I told you in the intro of this video that this is day and night compared to when I first tried it, it really is day and night. This looks like a legitimate flight simulation software in terms of visuals, in terms of feeling like I'm sitting in the plane. This is absolutely and totally looking realistic. Now, there's a few cool things. You just saw the negative G effect kick in right there, and it made my view go red. But there's a few things that bother me about the flight model in general. So we're actually going to go and turn around here, gain some speed, and I'm going to put the nose up, and then I'll push it back down. Watch what happens. And it's very predictable. You see that shake? That feels scripted. So I'm in realistic flight mode right now, and it really feels like the behavior of the plane is still kind of scripted, kind of like an arcade game. So I cut this game some slack because I do expect this game to be more on the arcade side and less on the simulation side. But I just want to point this out that I did find that the flight model, even in realistic mode, it's not that good. I mean, it's okay. It's fun to use, but in terms of realism, it definitely isn't all the way up there. So I would usually make use of my CH Products combat stick along my CH Pro pedals in order to do some flight simulation in VR. However, for this game, I actually opted to use my Logitech ATK3 stick. I have sensitivity issues with War Thunder, and this is not the kind of thing I experience in flight sim. Maybe sometimes a little bit. If I actually make a mistake or I'm not flying correctly, I will get some oscillations like this, like what you see now, like when I start bobbing back and forth trying to aim. Not too sure what the deal is with that. I will keep tweaking sensitivities as I go, but already just using the ATK3 helps a good deal at reducing that. For some reason, the presence of centering springs in the ATK3 seem to make this game easier to play, whereas usually centering springs do not help me. Like in flight simulations, I'd rather not have them and have a joystick that lets me float into any position I want. Oh shit, I actually hit something. Cool. Still using the pro pedals for the rudder, as you can see. And I have a camera on them, so you can see my input on those. I tried to place the face cam so that you could see at least my joystick tilting back and forth. But aside from that, I mean, let's try to go drop a bomb on them. I do have bombs. Is it gonna hit him? Is it gonna hit him? Oh! 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 Yeah! What? So the last thing I have to say about my controls, and this is just an interesting little note, and I've done it in the past with the Elite Dangerous video or whenever I use these controls, every single piece of hardware I use for flight simulation has been on the field several times used to pilot a real remote control rocket. So I've had these for quite some time, the ATK3, the combat stick, and the pro pedals, and I gotta tell you, all three are absolutely durable because I've had them for a long time. I've taken them through hell, each and every one of them, and they've been reliable enough to pilot a real drone rocket. So yeah, this is just a testament to the quality of these. Even the cheap joystick I've used for the rocket's actually done a pretty good job. All right, I'm gonna start with my shitty airplane, which I believe I haven't installed like anything on it. I forgot how the tech trees work. Thank God I'm not doing a how to play because I look like a fucking moron today, but here we go. Into battle. Okay, I'm centered correctly, so as expected, this is all good. Right, all our enemies are back there. I can actually see them very clearly. Wow, this is literally day and night from the last times I played it, where it was, I don't know why they had released that in that condition. Because when it runs correctly, when it's actually correctly configured, this looks fucking real right now. I've never been on this map before, at least not in VR. It looks really, really good. So right now I'm tempted to go after this guy, but he is awfully high. I'm gonna use my war power, which is when you put the engine on max throttle to actually gain some altitude, because you want to be above. You want to start high and then descend as you go during the battle. Oh, there we go. It's cool to be able to look out the canopy like that. Ooh, lots of throttle control right there. Oh yeah! Oh my god, did the game crash? No. Okay, I just got some massive lag spiking. That sucks for me. Oh wow. Oh wow, nice! Look at this, look at the debris go! Holy shit, that was awesome. Oh shit. I got blindsided. I don't even know who fucking killed me. Oh. Oh, I know how they fucking killed me. They got the gun in the back there. Alright, let's take my better airplane right now. Let's go back in. Oh, you don't. Oh no, you don't. You don't do that shit. Oh shit! Holy fuck! Wow. This plane is actually a little easier to fly, mostly because it's less responsive. It's very hard to do a tight corner with it, though. Oh, I'm getting shot. How did he not crash? Oh, I think my engine is dead. Yeah, I got fucking killed. There we go. Let's try landing. I think I got gear. Yeah. Gear down. Gear down. Emergency landing. We're not dead yet. We're not dead yet. We're gonna make it. I even have brakes. Let's see if I can make it. Oh! Oh my god! And he lives. Let me hit the brakes for the next bounce. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Tail dragger action. Nice! Check it out. I fucking suck. Oh yeah. This plane, so this is interesting. Right now I'm flying a plane that has no ailerons because yeah, I am heavily damaged. So the only thing I can do really is just fly in a straight line. Let me see if I can come back the other way. By dropping this wing here with my rudder. Oh shit, I'm gonna make it. Oh no! Can I pull back up? Yes. With the rudder, only rudder. Only rudder. Come on, plane. Work with me. Work with me, baby. Flying with no fucking ailerons here. Okay. If I can just get her to come back. Come on, come back to me, baby. I can actually go and destroy those targets there. Oh, shit! Yes! I may actually make it. Unbelievable. How am I still alive? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, shit, that's gonna end soon now. I'm just dumping all my bombs right now. I'm just fucking dumping all my bombs, hoping to hit something because I just like, fuck's sake. God damn it. Oh, I see what he's trying to do. This is insane. This guy's actually really fucking good. He's doing all the right things. I'm surprised I'm still following him. Those were, like, where we are right now is not a good place to fight. Just put it that way. Oh shit, someone actually took him out. He's out. Wow. See, these are moments where VR multiplies this game times 20. This was absolutely fucking crazy. Okay, he's fucking doing aerobatics or some shit. I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but man, there's a lot of fucking enemies. We are really, really getting destroyed because I see red all over the place. And now I'm out of war power, whatever they call it. War engine power. Be careful, because now, I knew it. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. Guess what? You suck less. A little bit inching forward. So something I did between the games, I actually did tinker with the controls. I feel like I got less pitch fighting going on right now. I'm still working on it. Still trying to figure out what the balance is. I think it has to do with non-linearity. Alright, so I lost all my aircraft in a game that's, as you can tell, not going so well. So might as well spectate, because I want to make a note about the third-person view. The third-person view is not bad. Like, I'm not feeling too bad going around this aircraft right now. It's actually fine, but I would not recommend playing the game like that. I really wouldn't. The reason being is that the pitch is not level. And that can be really disorientating if you're trying to line up an aim in VR. It's going to eventually start feeling weird. The cockpit view is proper. It's always pitch level. When you're upside down, your view's upside down, but the reference is still the correct way around. You're just a lot better off fighting from the cockpit. So if you're wondering why you haven't seen third-person view yet in this video, it's because in VR, I really do recommend you use first-person view, the cockpit view, over anything else. But I gotta say, for spectating, as long as you don't have to like actually control the aircraft, watching like this is actually pretty cool. Just as long as you don't swing the mouse too hard, as long as you don't do gestures that are too weird, especially, oh my god, that was awesome. So you can actually get a pretty good view. Oh, and then the other piece of aircraft is going back there. Bye. Bye. So it's really interesting to take a look at it in third-person view when you're spectating, but I really, really highly do not recommend doing that while you're actually playing. All right, wow, what a view with this fucking plane. This fucking thing looks real. All right, so I'm starting off with the bomber this time. The reason being is I want to show you the differences in how it operates and how it actually may be weird for VR. So I'm just gonna adjust the throttle here. What you want to do with the bomber is just fly over targets, switch to the bomber view, and drop bombs, and then switch back to first-person view and fly away so you don't get destroyed to smithereens. You are kind of a sitting duck. I believe this plane is equipped with a rear turret, so I'm not gonna get totally destroyed. But right now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to line up those little targets between my feet, then switch to bomber view, and I should be able to see them. I still don't see them, so I'm just gonna keep flying straight until I think I have them in the center. Okay, I can actually see them. They're very tiny. They're very tiny. I'm gonna line up the plane. Now, what can be difficult here is pure disorientation. While you are looking down, you're still flying your plane normally, right? So you might be like, all right, well, I'm doing good, but you can end up being in such a weird attitude. There we go. All right, I'm gonna start with 3 bombs here. I should actually hit that target. I actually dropped quite a few bombs. I'm gonna raise my throttle and we're gonna do this again. So the danger here is actually switching to this view and then doing one of these, and then you come back and you're like, holy shit, my plane's facing straight up. You gotta be careful not to go nuts on your controls while you're in bomber view mode. So what you wanna do is stabilize the airplane first, and then boom, 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 boom. I just dropped all the bombs, so I'm gonna have a cooldown timer. I have a minute until my bombs are reloaded and I can drop some more. So what I'm going to try to do here is I'm going to fly past the threshold of these targets, make them go under my plane, and try to do a go-around, come back, and shoot again. Now I see that there's a runway there. Oh, I believe I hit something. Yes, I did. I actually heard that little sound there. What you want to do is you want to either try to do some laps or just locate targets. Try to time yourself so that bomb cooldown lines up with when you finally reach those targets. So right now I'm actually gonna widen my turn. Oh, be careful about this guy. This guy's gonna ruin my day, is he? I'm gonna go, let him actually go. Okay, should be able to do this. Yep.
Keep it up and victory will be ours.
Okay, I got somebody behind me. All I gotta do when there's someone behind me is point the nose up and do wide turns, because I'm pretty sure I got a rear turret. What I'm hearing right now is not someone attacking me. I just saw a fucking target down there. Can I? Oh shit, too late. Okay, but I am seeing the fucking targets down there. So I got 3 tanks over there. Let's try to aim for those. See if I can actually take care of everything at once. Okay, and tack, 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 tack. Just drop all the fucking bombs. Now I'm apparently knocked unconscious in the back, so my turret guy in the back is no longer defending me. He is out. I don't know if there's a timer for that, if he's gone for good, but I'm gonna get out of here now. I actually did the right thing in the beginning. I actually got all the altitude I could in order to be able to face such a situation. But right now I'm getting busted up by the base itself, I think, and aircraft at the same time. So I don't know if I don't know if my guy's back, but I heard my fucking turret shooting. It's never a bad thing. I'm gonna try to hit some more targets here. There's this demonstration of the bomber. I'm gonna go till the last fucking drop. Gunner is unconscious. So this is gonna be tough. This is gonna be tough. Will I make it? Will I make it? Is he gonna make it? Oh, no, 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 no. I'm dead. What the fuck? What the hell just happened there? Did you just... Did he just crash into me? And fucking jank into me like that? Yo, that's bullshit. Yo, that's bullshit. Oh, look at the fucking propeller. That's impressive. Ground targets 2, score 211. Not too bad. Not too bad. A good start. So here we go. Let's nice. There we go. So how is this in VR? Is it worth playing this in VR over playing it, say, in 2D on the desktop? Or maybe in 3D on the desktop, which is no longer really an option. I was using Tridef to do that, and Tridef is defunct by now. But is it worth playing in VR? Well, the answer is a definite, absolute, total yes. First off, performance-wise, it's incredible. I know it's incredible, not because I'm running a RTX 2080 Ti right now, more because I've tried this on a GTX 1080 with some pretty high settings, and I was surprised to find out that it didn't struggle that much. It actually ran really well. Oh wow, that's lovely. I just made that guy do that. Very good. We're not talking about this disgusting VR support that they had released in 2014 that I don't know what the hell was wrong with it, but it's the wrong field of view and it wasn't in 3D. It felt like when you try to run a game with Vorpex and you don't have the correct settings at all. That's exactly what it felt like. And I was just like, what the hell is this? And then I check a year later and it's still like that. But now it's a fucking VR game. So yeah, this game being free, I highly recommend, if you got nothing to play, to actually give this a try. The first thing they got is performance. Performance is important with a game like this because you're basically inside an aircraft and things move very quickly, and sometimes in the heat of the moment you need to do some sick moves. You literally need to swing that thing left and right and do some really, really wonky shit, and if performance is low, you're not gonna enjoy. However, with this, it runs very well. As for the experience, the gameplay experience is fucking awesome. I'm having a lot of fun right now. I'm not playing that well today. I would say that this is my first good game right now. And it's probably because the game started matching me with weaker opponents because I wasn't playing too well. But I am having a lot of fun today, despite the fact that I'm not playing that well, because this feels visually realistic. The flying, like I said at the beginning, the flight model is weird. It's not perfect, but the actual action, the visuals I have around me when I'm firing the gun, chasing an airplane, actually really do feel like I'm sitting in an airplane chasing some dude to his death, or being chased to my death, whichever comes first. Nice try. Very nice try. Ooh, wow. They almost flew through me. Hey, if you want to take out a target, don't fucking fly into your fucking teammates. This is absolutely nuts. So yes, the answer to the question, is this good in VR? Is this worth playing in VR? Dude, the game is free for one. So even if you're not interested in flight simulation, you're not taking much risk. It's really, really worth trying. Also, oh, I think my engine is fucking dead as shit. It works, but almost not anymore. But I honestly, just based on the fact that it's free, I mean, it's worth installing and trying in VR. Now, I do recommend a joystick and a throttle thing to control, like the throttle and joystick combinations. More so, I also recommend having rudder pedals. It actually does respond well to rudders. I've been using them all this video. I have video of my feet doing the rudder movements. So I really do recommend rudder pedals as well. But even if you just have a gamepad, even if you just want to try this game with a gamepad, go ahead. It's actually worth your time. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going for a landing because this plane is fucking unflyable. Let's see if I can make it without getting shot. Let's see if my teammates will defend me. I'm trying to make a turn right now so that whoever's chasing that guy, they deal with him. Yep. This is good. This is good. I could have actually picked an enemy target to land in, but too bad. Oh shit, a tree. Okay, I'm dropping the throttle. We're going for another emergency landing today. I appear to have room. And that's the ground. Hitting the brakes. Oh, we got a good landing here. Got a very good landing. Brakes. No shit! Okay, well, does that count as a soft landing? Seriously, this going from what it was before when I first tried it to what it is now, which is a full-fledged first-party virtual reality game. This is awesome and definitely worth your time. Is it free of issues? Not at all. At least for the airplanes. I can't speak for the other vehicles. And like I said, I may do those in the future. There are a few issues with the UI. The depth of the name labels appear to be all at the same distance, so it can be a little confusing when you got a shit ton of planes around you. And the other problem is the reticle. Sometimes you have a sort of holographic reticle marker in your cockpit, and that reticle will sort of disappear when you shift left and right because the mask on it moves the goddamn image within the reticle. So it's weird, but it is not a major game-breaking issue. For the most part, this game works like a VR game as much as you would expect it to. So your view is level, you're sitting in a cockpit, it supports control inputs. Now the one thing it does not support, and I really have no problems with that, it does not support motion controls. But if I'm not mistaken, it may actually support your motion controls as a split-up gamepad. Just you're not going to be able to play by grabbing the instruments in the plane, which is personally something for flight simulation I find utterly useless because it really doesn't fly a plane well to have your hands floating in the air. Air controls are not a thing I would enjoy for airplanes. If I can't have a joystick and rudders, I'm going to do mouse and keyboard, which is something, by the way, you can very well do with this game. You can use a gamepad, a mouse and keyboard, or a joystick, throttle quadrant, and rudders if you want to add those on and make it even more realistic. So that's what I would recommend personally, is you go with a stick, rudders, throttle. It really is the best setup. For me, I only have a stick and the rudders. I think the rudders are more important than the throttle because I do have a throttle control on the stick itself. Few functions I access through the keyboard, like Recenter VR, for example. But for the most part, this really, really works super well. And I totally recommend anyone who's got the extra time, because this doesn't cost anything. All you gotta do is install it, get an account, and boom, and you are playing. And you'll probably enjoy yourself a lot too. I am really impressed with War Thunder, and I'm happy to finally see it support virtual reality correctly. Not in 2D, not completely zoomed in. No, this is it, man. This is absolutely it. Not to mention that this whole session, aside for a couple of lag spikes, and I think those may be network related, where I had the game basically lock up for half a second. I was wondering if it was going to crash, and it just kept going as if nothing was. I do believe that might be network catch-up, some kind of little glitch right there. But aside from that, the performance was at the refresh rate of my headset the entire fucking session. So that's it. You've been watching Stereo 3D Productions, finally covering War Thunder for the first time on the channel with virtual reality, with proper virtual reality. And thanks for watching. I shall see you next time.